I've been experimenting with this box now for a couple weeks, and I think I'm ready to go ahead and build it in a more permanent solution. So I'm going to make it out of plexiglass and MDF board. You can see here on the side I've got some plans drawn up that I've been toying with, and I've been altering this wooden box and trying it out to perfect my drawings. And this one here is pretty close to the finished look of it. I've made a few small changes, but that's pretty much the winner there. You can see different versions that I've gone through. I'm working on braces. I have to do this a little bit differently because I want it bigger than 20 in any single direction, inches that is. And my bed for my CNC machine's 20, so I got to be a little creative how I build this. It's going to have to be done in pieces. That's what the brackets are for. Anyway, we'll get into those more later. Got to start planning this out and get my materials. So I was just checking my plexiglass that I plan to use. I've got two different types. I've got this bigger stuff, which is not as thick. And then you can see this stuff here I'm going to use for the door, and that's about a 1/4 inch thick. And the reason why I plan to use the thicker stuff on the front, of course, it'll be handled a lot, so I want it to hold up. And then I'm just going to use the cheaper plexi on the sides. They're just for viewing. So now I've got to get my wood together. I've got two different sizes of MDF as well. Well, if you've watched my video last time, you've seen I just started my CAD files drawing this cabinet for my 3D printer. And I've been working on it, and I've been playing with my cardboard box and modifying this as I see changes that need to be made. And I think I've gotten to the point where I'm pretty happy with this design. So let me just show you the features of it real quick. I have a dowel system up here at the top. You can see it just fits through these two uprights that are built into the side. And this is a 1 1/4 inch dowel, and it can hold, you know, 4 or 5, even 6 rolls comfortably. Although I only own 5, so right now it's not going to have any more than that. Now I haven't made a way for this to stop yet. I thought I could just print some end caps with a set screw once I get this built, and that will hold this dowel from falling out up here. And if you notice, I've aimed up this slot right on the end of the rolls, and this slot will be for the filament that runs, you know, down into the machine. And what I think I'm going to go ahead and do, flip this over. It's a little laggy because I'm recording this as I'm looking at it. Here's the slot from the bottom. I was thinking about taking a door sweep made out of bristles and covering this hole. And, you know, the filament can poke through that, and it will keep the rest of the air out. As far as ventilation, I have this fan back here. This is a 3-inch fan. Actually, I think that's a 4-inch. And it has a guard on it. I got it off the top. Somebody suggested that in the video, and I liked the idea, so thank you for that. And so this will have a brush there. Now I've decided to go ahead and make the door here raise up this way. I can close this. No, it's not stopping because I haven't set that up, but what it will do is it will rest right here. And then when you want to open it up, and I'm not going to build a latch into it at this time because I'm not sure how I want to handle this yet. I might even just put magnets all the way around. You can see I've got these supports on the sides, these brackets right here, these A shape. And that's the actual stop for the glass, so we'll put that down in there so you can see. See how it sets right up there like that. You have a little finger hole here, you can grab it. These are ventilation holes. And then this bracket right here. It's in two pieces. If you slide your plexiglass into the side of this, you can see it captured here and then on this edge. And then when you bolt this part in, it holds it in, and it's that way on each side. Now I haven't done this side yet. You can see I've got to put the bracket there, but I've got it on this side. And this bracket serves two purposes, well actually three. It keeps the door from falling in, so it's a door rest, as well as a seal. And then it also holds in these plexiglass panels, and it is a way for me to make this into three pieces because of my size limits on my CNC router. I can only cut 20 inches. And so what I did is I broke these side pieces up into sections that I could print easier. And then, you know, the brackets will bolt it all together. And this top piece, the back piece, and the front piece are still too big for me to cut on my CNC router, but they're easy pieces. I made sure that you know, I could just use hand tools to put this hole in here. And same thing with this little front panel here. It's just a rectangle. And then this piece. And eventually, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and run my control panel up here. I'm going to bring the board to the front here. I think the ribbon cable will be long enough. I can mount the control panel on here or on the side. And also, I wanted a temperature gauge here that I could see how warm it was inside here, as well as a power button and a button to turn on my LED light strips. And you probably see me buy the LED light strips, and they're going to be run around on the inside of here. Anyway, this is what I have so far. So I'm just going to put that other bracket on, and Steve can speed it up. I figured I'd show you a little bit of drawing and how I do it. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this bracket that I have, and I'm going to assemble it and put it over here, and I'll let you see how we do that. So let's do that now. Okay, what I've done is I've gone ahead and exported the parts that I drew in SolidWorks, and I opened them up in VCarve, and VCarve is a program that I like to use to work on my toolpaths. And I went ahead and imported them in. And the reason why I use VCarve is it's very easy to make toolpaths and tabs and order things the way you'd like it to be cut. So here are my parts, and these are all the 1/4 inch parts that I'll be cutting out of MDF, and I'll go ahead and run the preview so you can see what it will look like cut out. So first it popped all the holes in there, and then it takes 3 passes at each of the parts to complete the cutout. And I had to squeeze these on there and rotate them around to fit on a 20 by 20 sheet. But I was successful in doing so, and you can see I saved a lot of space by doing that. And that's another reason why I like to use this VCarve. Anyway, there's my parts, so I'm going to go ahead and write the G code out and I'll see you in the other room. We're going to start cutting these parts. Well, I've got them all cleaned up. This is all my pieces of my bracket that are 1/4 inch thick MDF. And they come up pretty good. So now I just have to get the sides ready. There's 3 parts to those. And we'll get those cutting. Then we'll start assembly. I'm replacing my 1/4 inch upcut spiral bit finally. This thing's cut a lot of wood. This is at least a year old and I'm still using it. But it's getting duller and I'm having to sand more, so I splurged the 20 bucks and got another one. These are pretty good bits. I like them. I just wanted to do a quick video on a tool that I bought that I think will make using my CNC machine easier. And I read this on a website, and I don't even remember who said it, but I thought it was a great idea, so I went ahead and did it. When you print, or rather when you cut parts out on your CNC machine, oftentimes you'll use tabs. And tabs are just little pieces of material left on bigger sections that allow the part to stay in until you're ready to remove it. And then you'll cut the tabs away and remove your part. And it's a means of helping to hold it down and keep it in place until you're done with your cutting. Anyway, what I've done in the past, after the piece is printed, is I'll take a razor knife and I'll cut the tabs off, and then I'll sand them so that you know, you can't feel them. Oftentimes you can see where they were, though. On this particular piece you can't. But anyway, here's what I thought of doing. This is Harbor Freight. Went there yesterday with my 20% coupon, and I picked this up. Now, I'm sure you've seen these before. This is an oscillating multifunction power tool, and it works by running it back and forth real quick, and then it can cut. And you can see it says it'll sand wood, cutting plastic, cutting floor, scraping floors, cutting metal, and plunge cuts. And that's what I'm interested in, is this plunge cut. You can go right into the piece and cut those tabs out of there. So I went ahead and bought this. This was $20, and it doesn't come with any tool at all. You have to buy your blades or your accessories separately. As the lady told me, it didn't come with anything, so I went ahead and had to spend, I think it was an extra $6. Yeah, I think this was $6 or $7. And they have different styles and types. This is a 3/8 inch plunge cutting blade, and you can see there's like a serrated edge on it. And I picked the 3/8 because generally I'll make a 1/4 inch tab, you know, to hold these parts in, and that'll be perfect when it's still sitting on the CNC machine, if I can run this blade down and just pop the tabs off with this tool real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and set this tool up and just experiment with it and see how it is at cutting out little tabs. If you get one of these at Harbor Freight, don't forget your 20% coupon that you can find in their flyers. Well, I put my multi-tool together and I've got my blade on there. That's what it looks like. You can turn it at different angles, but I went ahead and cut this piece out. I gotta tell you, boy, I wish I would have changed that bit out sooner. Like I was saying earlier, that bit was about a year old, and it still was cutting, but when I put this new one in there, I could turn my feeds way up and the cuts look much smoother. Anyway, what I wanted to show you is these tabs, and I cleaned out inside the cut, so hopefully, you know, you can see them down in there. And I'm going to try to use this tool for the first time and cut these pieces out. So let me set the camera up and then I'll try that. So what I'm going to do is just turn it on and run it right down in that hole and see what happens here. So yes, it definitely does the job. It might be better to pull this off and then flip it around and get them from the back. I'll try that. Alright, here's the one I just cut out. It looks alright. Now, I think it'll be better to cut out like this because I flipped it over and I can, you know, see the notches better. So, let me go ahead and see if I can get these. So yes, works out pretty good. I like that tool. That's a lot better than trying to cut them out of there with a knife. And I might just make the tabs a little bit thicker. I was going quite small because they were hard to cut out with a knife, but that tool is so easy to use, I can actually make them a little bit deeper. And you can see where I've nicked up the edge a little bit, but a little bit of sandpaper will take that right off. So anyway, there's a tip. If you're doing your own CNC work and you need to cut tabs off, for about 25 bucks you can get this tool. Okay, here's all the pieces for one side. I'm just gonna put it together with some nuts and bolts here and see how it looks. These are 1/4 inch by 20 by 1, and I might come back and use some washers, but for now I'm just gonna put it together with these. That's the beauty of a CNC. You already know it's going to fit together if you did your job right, and it looks professional. And if you need a new piece, it's easy to do. I'm not going to tighten these up fully yet because I'm just making sure everything's okay here, but you get an idea here how it goes. I think I am going to get some washers. I don't think I have any. Probably not enough of them. That's something I can get later. I still have to paint this thing. Dreaded painting. Not really into painting, but as long as I've done it this far, I might as well, you know, finish it with some nice paint. So that's how it's going together. And you can see here this little pocket right here, and that's where the glass will slide in. And I've designed it so that they're all around both of these panels. And of course this piece here is the rest for the door, as well as the panel, the glass panel stops to make the pocket. And so far all the holes are lining up. That's good. This piece right here will be the final piece that I'll put in after I install the plexiglass panels. If you take this piece out, I've designed it so that you can slide the plexi out. But I'm going to go ahead and put it on for now just to make sure it's all fitted. Alright, let's take a look at it here. Here's what it looks like from the other side. This little thing right here is where they put those stickers on the wood, and I tried to sand it off, and it looks like there's a little bit of residue left. That'll go away after I paint it. But yeah. And this is the dowel rod that I plan on using. Let's see if that fits. Got a giant piece right now. Yep, it fits in there nice. Boy, that fits in there real nice. I gotta come up with a stop for that, but I can add that later. Alright, well that's how it fits together. Now I have to assemble the other one, check it, and start cutting out the plexiglass, and I also have to hand cut on my table saw this bottom piece, the top two pieces, and the back, but they're just all square cuts, so that'll be simple. Alright, it's coming along. Well, what do you think? I've just got it sitting here together, nothing's holding it together, and if you touch it, it will probably explode. But I've got one strap on it just holding it together, and you can see how it fits together with these grooves and slots. I like it. Looks just like the picture. Oh, there goes my phone. Anyway, I just dry fit this together to see what it looked like. I've got the plexiglass sitting down there that will fit in that hole, and then the side pieces are in the other room. This thing's going to have to be taken apart and painted. Let me know what color you think I should paint this. I thought about maybe green and yellow, or blue with gray insides. Keep in mind this is going to have some LED lights in it, and so I'm thinking gray for the inside would be best for the lighting. And I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to have Steve paint this though, because I can't stand painting. And so that'll be for the next show. We'll show this painted and start assembling and finish it up. So I hope you liked this video. Leave in the comments what color you think I should paint it and what I should include on the front panel for the control panel. And thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon. Bye for now.